Zero Build fucking sucks. This game is just buried under a travesty of balancing issues. You cannot just throw away a fundamental mechanic of a game and replace it with some extra health and like 3 items and that's it. People who say Zero Build is better than build mode have either never given building a real chance, or just have severe Stockholm Syndrome for the problems of the game. Let's talk about the guns. Fortnite's weapons intentionally have just enough bloom to make longer range encounters less interesting, therefore funneling players into closer range combat, which generally speaking is more fun and dynamic than longer range combat. Pressuring the enemy means way more in box fighting distance, where you can actually capitalize on mistakes and deal good damage. If you're shooting at someone in builds, you exchange bullets and tickle each other behind cover, which gets boring after a while, so you keep moving closer, more shots at the enemy, and by mid to close range you've already made enough decisions to determine the pace of the fight. Same situation in Zero Build, all you can really do is shoot back and maybe approach a little bit or take some cover. If you try to run away, he's just gonna keep tickling you until you die. If you don't have cover or high ground and he does, there's really nothing you can do and you just die. It's no better in close range. Regardless of weapon, all you can do to avoid getting shot is move and jump around like a lunatic. If I wanted to do that, I'd play Halo, except it will probably be more fun because I can actually hit my fucking shots in Halo. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if the movement in Fortnite was interesting and allowed for more dynamic gameplay. But all of your cool movement options are either context-specific, gutted from the game after a chapter, or are tied to a slow-ass meter that... I fucking hate metered movement, dude. This shit is stupid. I'm already vulnerable when I sprint. I shouldn't need to be punched again for sprinting as well. There's like 2 games that figured out how to make it work, but those don't count. Acceleration is slow, making micro-movement at close ranges effectively non-existent. And sprint jumping, which is the only form of big hitbox displacement, leaves you way too vulnerable for it to be used more than twice in a row. Oh, and there's jump fatigue, and all your sprinting is tied to a meter, and this game is designed for controller players anyway. So close range sucks, mid-range sucks, long range sucks, so what exactly makes Zero Build interesting? Okay, let me get something straight here. Zero Build's items are great, I have no comments about them. I'd actually like for some of them to come to build mode myself, but the problem is, you can't just shove items into Zero Build and call it a day. For one, items are just that, items. They're not abilities, they don't go into a separate slot, you pick them up, you hold them, you use them just like a weapon, or a shield potion, or a grappler. 5 slots in build is just barely enough for it to be fun and interesting, for you to make important decisions regarding your loadout and the current state of the match. But 5 slots in Zero Build is just barely not enough. It feels awkward. It feels like you always need an extra teammate to carry something. It also doesn't help that once you use up one of these items, you have to go on an expedition to find another one, or else you're shit out of luck when you come across the next guy. In builds, there's mats literally everywhere. Trees, rocks, cars, fences, walls, pipes, people. You're never low on mats after the 3rd zone unless you're taking too long during fights or you're doing something very wrong. Last thing I want to talk about is the map. In Battle Royale, 50, maybe 60% of the map consists of basically nothing. Nobody in their right minds makes a deliberate decision to drop in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Everyone wants to land at a POI. You're not playing Fortnite for this, or this, especially not this. Why are you even landing here? What I think makes Blitz Royale a well-designed Zero Build mode is how the map is shrunken down to like 5 POIs, which not only makes movement feel more deliberate, but you're never too far from any kind of cover. And games only really last like 5 minutes at max, so you're never fully planning your next move 5 storm phases in advance. It's intentionally designed to be fast-paced and played on a mobile device, which I feel is the best medium for this kind of Zero Build gameplay. But Michael, didn't you just say you hated Zero Build? Yeah, I do. I hate Zero Build when it's not accommodated for this kind of gameplay. Blitz Royale is perfectly designed for Zero Build gameplay, which makes it one of the only Zero Build games I can actually enjoy for more than like 2 sessions.